Well, a very good morning. We are now in Seaview, an area that was a huge concern yesterday after fire started here in Seaview and Beachview. But it's fair to say that the majority of the fires have been contained by firefighters. Where we are currently is the Seaview Community Hall, where the elderly, the disabled, and those that are in close proximity to the fire have been placed here temporarily overnight for safekeeping. The reason why they were taken to this place of safety is because their homes, which is an informal settlement very close to the fire, was about 1 kilometer from them, and it was better for them to be here and placed here overnight for safekeeping should the fires touch their informal settlement. But the winners, I really must say, for these fires have been community workers, farmers, and the gift of the givers who have been here throughout the night, donating aeroplanes, donating spotter planes to monitor and to also water down flare-ups within Seaview. They really have done a good job as a community to do what they can to really dampen down and to also contain the fires here in Seaview. Joining me this morning, I'm bringing her into my conversation, is Corinne Conradi from the Gift of the Givers. Corinne, let's just first speak about the tremendous work you have done throughout the night as Gift of the Givers to try and contain the fires here in Seaview.
Well, Lerato, our team arrived yesterday after a call from the fire chief at the fire department, and our teams, together with the fire department and the farmers and the community workers, have been working up until 2 a.m. this morning, providing aid to not only the firefighters but the community as well. So as a precaution measure, we have evacuated those critical disabled people as their sheikhs were in the 750 meters from the fires as of still 1 o'clock this morning. Going forward, 2 helicopters are about to arrive as the fire is not out yet. It is controlled, but as the winds flare up, there is a massive concern since it's so close to the rest community.
And then also, Corinne, I know that there were also some complaints or some needs from firefighters for masks, for other equipment, other resources to make their life also easier as they try to contain the fires. What help did you provide to them as well in terms of that?
Since yesterday, our team have been providing energy drinks, water. Hygiene is very important for their eyes. We have also provided some energy bars and some biscuits for them, and our teams have cooked a hot meal for the firefighters, and for as long as they are still busy fighting this fire, we will still be providing those assistance and essential items to them.
Thank you so much, Corinne, for that. Let's just now take a walk to some of the residents that have been here overnight. Like Corinne said, it was a precautionary measure to house them here at this community hall because their houses were about 150 meters away from the fire. I'm just going to kneel down here so that I can just be able to speak to him. His name is Mr. Amanzi Njonga. He's been housed here temporarily because his house was quite close to the fire. Dada, let's just first talk about your initial reaction, obviously, when you saw the fires flare up so close to your house. How was that experience for you?
It was a very terrifying experience, in a way. It was a panic state where you actually think of your health, especially on my stage, in my position where I am right now, because I can't walk. I still have to get some people to just help me out of the situation. When you start seeing ash flying around in your house, on your tables and whatever, it really gives you this kind of like you will know where to go, especially when it comes to fires. It's very terrifying. They tried to intensify it anyway. By the time it was still in Beachview, but that's because of the convection of the wind. It started blowing onto into the direction of our place. So it really left everyone in a panic state. Yeah.
Then Mr. Jonga, like you're saying earlier on, your initial reaction was to grab the essential things because obviously you're thinking now fire's coming, let me just grab the first thing that comes first. What was the first thing that you thought of to quickly grab before you head out?
The very first thing that you need to do is get your particulars and stuff that are very much essential in your life. You can go queuing, for IDs and bank cards at this time of the year. And then you really need to get some clothes which you need to change, if your house burned down anyway. Just grab a little bit of that stuff which you need to just use when the fire is done, anyway. Yeah.
And also, how much of a help was it for you guys to be evacuated, to be taken here and to be housed here temporarily? What kind of lifeline, what help, what relief did it bring to you to know that at least it's a place you guys could go to be housed temporarily until the fire did subside?
Well, I'm very much happy because it's nice to know that there's some other people around there to help you when you're in a situation like this one, anyway. The old people and the people who are disabled are just like not going to compete with the people who can run, see. So it was a very good experience to see that there was everyone around, and then the fire brigades, and then everybody else was just like playing a role. And then my main concern was about when the fire started, I was very much concerned about what about the animals and what about everything that is in our surroundings, because they wouldn't get anywhere to run to, So yeah.
And you're obviously looking forward to going back to your house. Were you concerned maybe that by being here, maybe you left your house exposed? Are you looking forward to going back home?
Very, yeah. I really miss my bed, and I really miss everything that I always do in my own surroundings, So yeah, I'll be very much happy to go back and just deal with the situation, which we experienced. It's very emotional, so yeah. I'm only happy that there was no one hit, there was no any victims whatsoever, yeah. But anyway, God bless.
Well, that was Mr. Manzi, who was just speaking about the fires and how they affected him. Mr. Amanzi Jonga, who's a resident here in Seaview, who comes from an informal settlement about 750 meters where the fire did flare up, saying that he was really happy and really hopeful to see how everyone just came together, whether it was the farmers, gift of the givers, community workers, everyone just really having hands on deck, doing what they could to assist him. But obviously saying that he misses his bed, would love to go back home soon. But overall, just grateful to be alive, grateful to the quick response the firefighters had to contain the fire, and really grateful to be housed in a place where now he's going to get a full meal and water, but saying that obviously when everything goes back to normal, he'd love to go back to his bed at home. But for now, let's go back to in studio.